Hey guys, welcome back. Let's talk about the lesson for today. The objective of this lesson is to use subtraction to solve equations. The subtraction property of equality says that when you subtract one thing from one side of the equation, you have to subtract it from the other side of the equation. So for example, let's say I have 87 equals 87. If I subtract 17 from one side, then I have to subtract 17 from the other side. Otherwise, it doesn't work. But when you do the same thing on both sides, you're going to end up with the same number at the end of the equation. And this is why this is allowed. Same thing for another example. If I have 13 equals 13, if I subtract 28 from one side and then I subtract it from the other side, I'm going to end up with the same number at the end. So in this case, I'll end up with negative 15 on both sides, which is what this property does. So we're going to use this property to solve the following two examples. So this example says solve by subtracting. So it says c plus 102 equals 36. So I see that to the c, I'm adding 102. So the opposite of adding 102 to the c is to subtract 102. And that's why on both sides of my equal sign, I'm going to subtract 102. So 102 minus 102 is equal to 0. And that's why we cross it out. We'll bring down the c, bring down the equal sign. And then 36 minus 102 is negative 66. But let's check our answer, see if we got it right. So to check our solution, we're going to rewrite the original problem. So the original problem said that we were adding c plus 102, and then we were supposed to get 36. So the c, when we were solving the problem, we saw that c is negative 66. So we're going to replace the c with negative 66, and then we're going to add the 102. So negative 66 plus 102 equals, and if we get 36, that means we got the right solution. So it is 36, so we did do it correctly, and that's how you check your answer to make sure you did it correctly. So for this problem, it says solve 129 plus k equals negative 42, then check your solution. So once again, 129 plus k equals negative 42. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite my problem. So my problem says, like I said, 129 plus k equals negative 42. So what's happening between the 129 and the k? Well, it seems that we're adding the 129 to the k. Now the 129 is positive because of that, because there's no sign that means that it's positive, and then the plus belongs to the k. So the opposite of adding 129 is to subtract 129. According to the rule, if I subtract 129 to one side of my equation, I have to do it to the other side of the equation. So 129 minus 129 equals 0. So that means that I can cross it out, bring down the k. I can bring down the plus sign, but I don't need it because it's a plus. If it was a negative or a minus, then I would bring it down, which is, it's important to bring down a minus. So k equals negative 171 because negative 42 minus 129 is negative 171. So that means the answer is negative 171. But let's check our solution to see if we have it correctly. So I'm going to start by rewriting the problem. So 129 plus k equals negative 42. So I'm going to replace my k with the answer that I got by solving the problem. And I got negative 171. So I'm going to replace that, the k. So 129 plus negative 171. And if I get negative 42, that means that we got the right answer. So in this case, when I double check, I do get negative 42, which means we did it correctly. And that's it. So in the assignments category, you're going to click on the one that says Notes 2.2 Example 2, Solving by Subtracting. It's going to open a Google form. The Google form has 5 questions and it's multiple choice. Some of the problems is asking about what will you do on the first step. It's not asking for the answer. And then for some of the other problems, you do have to tell me the actual answer. And from one problem, you got to translate it first. And then once you translate it, solve it and tell me the answer. And that's it. If you have any questions, please let me know and I'll be able to help you.